Okay, in this video we were talking about atmospheric perspective. Um, with atmospheric perspective, all we're dealing with is the distance and how to convey that distance. And we've been doing that for the most part on a small scale in the classroom, where we have one object in front of another. That's one way to create distance. Another way is by moving it up the composition. And this is dealing with it on a bigger scale because now we have a lot of distance to convey. And the way that can be done is through the amount of detail on top of what we're already doing. So things that will be closer to us will have more detail, and things further away from us will have less detail. The things closer to us will have darker darks. The things further away will be lighter in nature. So as usual, we want to sit down, we want to look, we want to figure out how to frame our drawing, do some quick sketches. I am going to draw this tree right here in this area and include everything in the background. I understand on the camera it's a little hard to see what's going on in the background, but and I'm going to put this big tree right here, big pine tree, and then the gate or the fence will be in here, and then these other trees in the background, and these knocked down trees back here. So lay this out real quick. Switch to a little darker pencil so you guys can see. And you want to look at the trees. You want to look at what you're drawing. You want to switch off that labeling part, because that labeling part is going to make you draw it the way you think you see it, not draw what you're actually seeing. So down here at the bottom, doesn't go straight across. And then a little different perspective than what you guys are seeing in the camera. So I'm moving this up so that it looks like it's further away. Obviously the size of things, I'm seeing the top of this. Probably is a little smaller. I have kind of a line right here, kind of a edge of the fence line. There's a fence gate here. Across the top of this you can barely see the wire fence. Kind of curves or turns a little bit there. So I have some trees back in here. Do some stacking. Got this little guy right here. In my point of view, he's over a little bit further this way. He's not completely straight up. We'll talk about how to get some of this ground cover here. There's the set of bigger trees over here. Actually, that little tree is right there. I was thinking it was that one. There's a little tree right in front of it, and then there's these two bigger trees right behind them. There's this one bigger tree with two trunks. we've talked about line weight. We can use that to help us see a little bit. And up here there's a trunk coming from somewhere. There's a down tree here. Good sized tree right in here. Do a little looking over this direction. There's a edge of the hill there. A little bush right in here. Trees are going to get skinnier as they go to the top. There's a couple trees here in the distance. Hill line here. So I've got it laid out. Kind of get some of these. So the next thing I want to do is kind of add in some value here using my chamois. So I can kind of start telling where things are and what's what. When you're working outside, you gotta kind of work quick because the light changes really quick. I've got some cloud cover that has just decided to show up, so it has changed the way the light is hitting the trees. Edge a little darker so I can see that there's a tree there. There's one behind it. Have to keep looking so I don't shade in some negative space. relatively light. They still have a darker value on them, so I can see that they're round, so I want to add that in there. So now that I've got this laid in, I'm going to get in here and start working on the details kind of up close, and then as they get further away, they'll fade a bit. I want to get the values right first, so the light's coming from that direction, so it's hitting this side of the tree, and this side of the tree is dark, so I want to, darker I should say. Before I even worry about those, all the bark on there, I want to get the value right. making sure I'm going with the object. As I'm moving the pencil.